Hey guys, welcome back for your daily crypto forecast, and I'm going to be doing as usual Bitcoin, BTC, USD, almost all time frames, but not all of them, and then I'm going to be touching very quick on Bitcoin dominance compared to the rest of the markets, to the altcoins. So let's get started. I have absolutely nothing new to update on for the monthly and weekly charts. So if you're interested in these bigger time frames, you can watch my video from yesterday, because yeah, absolutely nothing has changed from there. So I'm gonna start with the daily candles here on Bitstamp, and I said this yesterday already, but I'm just gonna repeat it very quick. This downtrend here on the daily candles is very strong, so it's very bearish. Yesterday we were bouncing here, but I said that being optimistic, this maybe would make it up to the 20-day moving average, and then from there reject back down, and the level of the 20-day moving average is at around 3,800. So yeah, I said if this continues to bounce, I would expect a rejection from there, but it didn't even get there. And yesterday's candle, which just closed recently, it gave it all back already. All what the previous green candle, did, the next red candle took it back already, because the body of the red candle is almost as big as the body of the previous green candle, which is showing there's a lot of sellers, there's a lot of selling pressure. You can see this on the volume as well. I think I said this yesterday, but every time we have sell-offs, the volume is super high, and when we have bounces, the volume is not as high. So in general, if you look at the volume here, you see a lot more red than green, and the red spikes are a lot higher, which signals that there's a lot more sellers than buyers. So this is still looking weak. I said yesterday that being optimistic, maybe it would make it to 3,800. I don't think so anymore. Today, as it looks today, being optimistic, I would say maybe sideways until the moving average actually catches up with the price, and then it pushes the price down, and not the other way around, not the price bouncing to the moving average, but the price is staying sideways and the moving average approaching price until it touches, and then it pushes the price down. And this is if I'm optimistic. If I'm more realistic, I'd say we dump here before the moving average even gets that close from the price. But we will have to monitor and continue to update every day. Maybe something changes. Moving on to the 4 hours, so this is the lines exactly as I had them yesterday. I was pointing out this little triangle that broke in the upside, and the target, it was also between 3,700 and 3,800. The price yesterday was getting back inside the channel, and bouncing on. It was like holding on the support of the channel, so it was still likely or possible that it would actually make it to the top of the channel, which is the price as I was pointing out, 3.7, 3.8k more or less, and then we would take it from there, but probably reject from there. It didn't even make it that high, and it's already outside the channel again, and now the channel is at resistance. So this is looking more and more bearish by the moment. I'm not removing this arrow from here. I still expect this target just below 3,000 to be made. But for now it's going sideways, so not a lot more to say here, just waiting for this to the side. Moving on to the 1 hour chart, we have here what it seems to be an uptrend channel, and this structure is actually bearish because it's like a bear flag type pattern, so it usually breaks in the downside. However, we are right now at support. We could have another little bounce here before breaking down, but the probability of this pattern is that it breaks in the downside, just like bear flags. So waiting on that as well. And guys, the longer we stay sideways at these levels, usually the more violent the break will be, just like it happened when we broke below $6,000. After such a long consolidation, the break was very violent, and so the longer we stay here, the more violent the break will be as well. So just waiting on that. Moving on to Bitcoin dominance relative to the altcoins, and I think last time I showed this chart, it was around 1 month ago, I could be wrong, but I think more or less. And I said I was expecting Bitcoin dominance to continue to go sideways for a little bit longer and then start going down, meaning that altcoins were, could have bottomed already or be very close from the bottom. But it's still going sideways after 1 month, and I was actually pointing out this bull flag pattern last time I updated here. I said I would be monitoring this bull flag because if it breaks in the upside, then Bitcoin dominance could go as high as 75% plus, which means altcoins are going to bleed a lot more. So that's a probability. It's looking more likely now than 1 month ago, because if it was going to start going down, I would have expected this to go down already, but for now it's still hanging here and using the 20 period moving average as a support. So maybe we are going to see a bounce on this 20 period moving average, and that would actually be the breakout for this flag. Of course, patterns mean nothing until they break, so what I'm saying here in this video, it's not important at all unless this pattern breaks in the upside. But of course, I make the videos to give the information with a little bit of time in advance, so that you guys can actually draw these patterns on your own chart and monitor yourselves. Because if it does break in the upside, I'm not going to be online. I'm not going to be, making a video on YouTube right when it breaks. So that's why I'm explaining this with time. But if it doesn't break, then what I'm saying here, it means nothing. This, it could easily continue to go sideways as well and do nothing. But it's something that I think it's important to pay attention to, because we are right now at the level of the 20 period moving average, so we could be actually bouncing here. And if Bitcoin dominance start to spike again, altcoins could be suffering a lot more. And if we get up there, which is the previous significant low here, would be like a retest of the previous low here, and then I would expect from there very, very high probability that Bitcoin dominance would start to go down again, and that would be like the beginning of the next bull market. And that might happen in the middle of 2019 or something like that. That's what I can read. That's one thing that bugs me a little bit, though, is that now everybody is expecting lower prices, and now there's too much consensus now in this, $3,000 to $2,500 target for Bitcoin, and there's too much consensus that the end of the bear market will be in the middle of 2019. Now I see too many people agreeing with that. And markets usually don't go with consensus, so maybe something crazy will happen. Maybe the bear market will be a lot worse than what people expect, or maybe it will be a lot better than what people expect. But keep that in mind. I see too much consensus, but again, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know. I only see these signals and I share them here on YouTube, but I don't really know what to expect. So yeah, we'll keep monitoring and updating every day. And I think that's about it for the charts. Guys, I wanted to take a minute to say thank you to all of you, because I'm receiving a lot of love lately on the comments, a lot of people sharing my videos, and I'm loving your comments, guys. I really appreciate it, and I think it's important to sometimes take the time to say thank you. So thank you very much. And yeah, thanks again very much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.